heroes set out to retrieve the body of the Lady Gilda of August. And on the way, they took the time to show Azori the place where Samal had fallen to evil. As they journeyed back below the surface, they retold the story of events so far to prepare Azori for the dangers ahead. Without the need to confront further danger, they managed to put Gilda's body into repose. They then investigated Volok's strange artifact, the Dimensional Incarnate Enclosure, and Jaffaki's laboratory. What useful scraps they could find were scooped up, and Tulak bitterly destroyed the alien flesh-warping machine. They then returned to town again, where Venti Benderdash watched over Gilda's body, and Aloria Galantine prepared for its transport.
Hello there, creatures and denizens of the North. James here with a favor to ask of you. We want you to go out and tell a friend about one of our shows. Word of mouth is so important for a burgeoning network like ours, and each and every one of you can help us grow just by mentioning one of our shows to a friend, a game master, or someone on the street with a cool shirt. We'd also like to remind you that we've got a free public Discord where some of our most dedicated fans hang out at unchartednorth.com/Discord, and we'd love to hear from you. And if you really like what we do, you can help us create these shows and get some cool rewards in the process at patreon.com/unchartednorth. That's it. Thank you so much for listening, and we hope you enjoyed today's episode. So I was talking to my brother the other day, and I realized something that I don't think I ever realized before, and I'm going to share it with you guys because I want to see your reactions, and then I want you to describe your reaction to this concept.
Oh boy.
Wow.
We are functionally
Is it the King
immortal.
of Queens fiasco?
Oh god.
No, it's the fact that we are functionally immortal.
Oh,
There are
no.
81 episodes out on the internet that exist with us on them, meaning that unless there's a drastic social change in the way we do things, which is evidently possible, but as long as the internet exists in its current incarnation, we will exist forever on it. And that just blew my fucking mind, is that this concept of immortality is absolutely achievable in a way that will never affect anyone. Like, nobody could ever listen to this and we would still have left our mark on the world. And that's crazy to me.
That's exactly what I thought when I made all those Angel Fire websites.
Right.
That's actually a really good point, though, because I think you might be putting a little too much stock in how permanent this digital information really is. It's only so permanent as the servers that it's sitting on.
Right, but that's my point. Is so the Angel Fire and GeoCities, not only was like something like 85% of that stuff preserved by the Internet Archive, but our stuff doesn't just sit on the Anchor for Spotify servers. It sits on the Apple servers. It sits on the Google servers. It sits on the Castbox servers. So it's not just centralized like the web used to be. The way information is now disseminated is it's not one Apple server, it's one Apple server per province or per country or what have you, and all of our information is on that. So yeah, there's absolutely a possibility that whatever the fuck comes next will destroy it, but if it doesn't, in the current state of the world, we have created something that will live on far beyond my wildest dreams.
We are, I mean, yeah, we're effectively immortal so long as human civilization and the internet persists together, I guess you might say. Should we find ourselves in an imminent apocalypse in which all of the technology that holds it is destroyed, not so immortal. But I'm throwing down what you're picking up.
All right. So
We
what
are
you're saying
in
is
a virtual and digital sense, we are effectively immortal.
I'm still going to start
what
the
we've
cults
created.
to go full hog on this thing. I'm going Jared Leto style immortal.
so whatever we say now will exist forever. Then shout out Power Bottoms and suck it, Trump.
I see you've been reading from my
Correct.
chest tattoo.
A more true sentiment was never expressed by this network.
Oh man.
I mean, if that's what you want your legacy to be, I'm about it.
Why don't you
That's
fucking
perfect.
segue your way out of that one, Freeman?
I didn't do the intro banter. It's not my segue. Good luck, James.
Yeah. Speaking of
power
Trumps,
bottoms,
I'm sure there's
can't-
still one card we have left to play,
Oh.
and that is I don't know.
Speaking of power bottoms, can't wait to the power to the bottom of these abomination vaults.
And
No?
we'll power
Yeah.
edit the episode later.
It's not worse.
Correct them.
Did I derail this whole thing?
We didn't start on a
Sure
rail.
did. You sure did.
We're working
You're
our
like
way
Cam on
towards
that
a
too.
rail. We'll get there eventually.
Yeah, I thought it was an interesting concept. I know it's a high level thought and not
Mm.
technically true, but it is also technically true.
No, I get
And
it. I get it.
just,
It-
it took me a while to wrap my head
Yeah.
around it.
It's sort of a fascinating concept. It reminds me of like the illogical approach to some people say, well, we are energy, we produce energy, but energy can't be destroyed, therefore we must live long in some capacity. And you're like, well, I mean, it's sort of true,
You
but
just
like,
describe my religion.
but yes and no kind of thing. I'm in no position to explain it because I don't understand energy any more than most of the next people that I encounter. But the argument of like consciousness, does that carry on? Yada yada yada. Is reincarnation? Is that a possibility and so on and so forth? But there is a very fascinating element to the understanding of like that energy can't be destroyed, but it changes and it moves and it does all these different things. And I'm just picturing what you describe in a similar sort of line of thinking and order operations for me. And I do. It's fascinating. It's a very fascinating concept. That's all. That's my piece.
And there's enough audio and visual of at least you and I, Freeman, out there to make a beautiful AI facsimile.
Absolutely. That's the exciting part.
Yeah.
When we won't be able
Yeah.
to tell reality from AI and, everyone's getting scammed. It's gonna be great.
Remember, we live in the timeline where a carrot was elected president, and we decided we don't like vaccines for diseases that killed off entire populations.
And a deep fake this whole
It's not
time.
that far fetched.
Oh, yes. Didn't I tell you guys? Dunk died years ago.
In fact, this is the anniversary.
Now use that as a segue.
So actually, the moral of the story is Gilda is dead and not coming back.
That's where I was going to take it, is because that was something that sparked it in me. I like to believe I have a healthy relationship with my own mortality, but sometimes it digs deep, and this was one of those things. And then I thought about it, and I realized she will live on, realistically, in the hearts and minds of the characters in this adventure, even long after we bring it to a close. But also, the hearts and minds of the listeners, current and future, and theoretically, into Internum.
At least until
Yeah.
we sell all our loot.
And if you're listening to this and
Or the rights.
Pathfinder 7 is out, hey, shout out for the deep dive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome back to 2E.
You masochists.
And welcome you listeners back to this show where we're going to pick it up in Otari, I believe, under the sunny sky.
Mm-hmm.
Got there eventually. Fuck you guys.
I'm sorry, James. I really derailed that. We could have had a very interesting conversation.
I should have learned by now that you guys have no interest in having interesting conversations.
Wow,
At least-
shots fired.
At least not on the podcast.
Yeah, why would we try to be
Shots fired.
intelligent on a podcast?
I didn't say intelligent. I said interesting.
we don't smoke enough pot on this podcast for that conversation. I don't think.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. So time of day. I'm gonna toss that out real quick. Because by the time you had departed with Zori, it was kind of actually in the evening or a little bit later. So you spent most of the night out doing your thing. So according to my calendar, which we all know is
Reliable
Tuesdays at
calendar
best
that we
these
get
days.
there,
You're basically coming back around daybreak. It's early morning. It's
Okay.
about it's about 7 a.m.
Considering your last words
6
in the
a.m., 7
episode
a.m.
were bright sunshine falls on your face.
Yeah.
Morning
Well,
seems
yeah.
more appropriate than where I thought you were going to go.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm glad I said it, and that I did the hours afterward, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm lucky." I got lucky on that one. I basically fast forward time about 5 hours, give or take an hour or two of spending time down there, and then 4 hours of travel ish back and forth. It's probably been a long day, long night. I don't quite remember when you rested last, but I know you did since Lady Gilda's death at least once. Bright, shiny morning. Here at the Dawnflower Library, and the town is starting to bustle with its usual get-to-work energy.
Rush hour in Otari.
Hmm.
Tulok, upon leaving the Dawnflower, is going to pull the die from inside of his cloak, and will hold it in the sunlight to see if there's any change.
So you hold it in the sunlight, and you can see as you peer into some of these facets that you can sort of see the inner workings of. You can see a very slow amount of movement start to happen. The longer you hold it in the rays of the sun, the more that movement picks up.
From throughout the whole thing, or just in...
Any of the facets that are like reasonably clear that you can see the inner workings of, like if you look through any of those, it's all the same thing you can see.
Okay.
That it seems to be charging, as it were.
Wirelessly.
Well, does anyone need anything while we're in town?
I'm good.
Also good.
So Tulok suggests that they head back to Galentine first, and then back to the vaults. Or did you say at the end of the last ep that we saw Aloria?
Yeah, I said on the way in, you can quickly arrange, like you could tell Aloria that you want to arrange the transport of the body, but she said she need a couple days. So
Okay, and Tulok just says to her just to not send Gilda before they're back.
okay. Do you want to send any word first, or you want to wait?
No, I think
You were leaning on wait, but yeah.
I am leaning on wait. I don't know.
The longer we wait, the less it will cost to ship due to some kind of off-gassing, I'd imagine.
Not with gentle repose going.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. That's the
but
point
we
of
could
your
wait
repose.
until we're done and send Gilda with Belcora's head.
That too.
I mean, that is definitely an option. I guess Aloria will ask if you would like to write a letter now, and do you want me to send the body when we're ready? What even if you're not in town, like what what kind of arrangements you want to make. Is it just wait? Or do you want to set up a system of, when you're ready, take it here with this letter. You don't have to have the letter ready for us right now, but, you could do it in retrospect if you want.
Tulok pulls out 5 gold coins and says, just make sure you don't send her away before we're back. If a courier comes, have them wait. We will be back within a few days. And then he hands her the money for any displaced costs of having the courier wait.
You can see she gives you a look like, what are you, nuts? She's like, I don't need your money, Master Tulok. This is my delivery service. These are my couriers. They get paid how I pay them, and they wait when I tell them to wait, and they go when I tell them to go. There'll be no charge and no retainer for the body of a hero of Otari. You keep your money.
And then if there's nothing else, they go back.
So yeah, you can go. You want to go take a look at kind of what appears to be the final room according to the maps that Shafkham gave you. The final room on the arena level, quote unquote, that you did not explore. So north of the Velstrak, and possibly deal with the Velstrak or do something with the Velstrak. Maybe not. I don't know. What direction do you want to approach that from? Let me bring you to the level here.
Yeah, if nothing else, getting that ghost touch whip would be nice.
Right, because that was left behind. Forgot about that. In a very, very interesting move by Lady Gilda that definitely wiked. Yeah, if you take a teleportation circle down, you could kind of make your way a bit north into like this sort of this circular chamber that's beneath Gauntlight, sort of what you might call the foot of the lighthouse that just continues down and down and down, and you can enter in the way you had come originally to where the Velstrak is.
Okay. So, and that was the only room left? There was no other secret rooms that we missed?
No, according to the map, you had managed to discover it all on your own.
God, we're good.
Yeah.
Now, this of course coming from the former administrator of these levels that has been locked away since Belcora's death. So, something else might have been made since then that this character is not aware of, but if it has, you have not discovered it. Because everything lines up with the map you've been given. And I should say that according to the map that you've been given, the room in which you're about to possibly explore is labeled as monster holding.
I do love hugging monsters.
Hands are for hugging. Tulok steps to the side of the door.
Okay.
Do we hear anything coming from the room?
Not a peep.
Tulok gives Krucka and Zori a nod.
Zori draws her rapier.
Krucka scouting will open the door. Kind of knowing what to expect.
You open the door and you see the familiar room. I'm sure as you've described it to Azori so far. Large room, big rusted grate in the center, and a couple of alcoves on the far west side filled with different chains and bits of metal and like manacles and stuff that are all rusted. And you can see at the very, very, very back, not out of view this time, straight ahead of you, is the Velstrak sort of slumped into one tiny alcove, seemingly minding its own business.
Whip in hand?
You don't see the whip anywhere. certainly not on the floor where it was left.
Krucka would like to stride 15 feet into the room and look around for the whip.
Izori will kind of stop you, like hand on the chest. What is the condition of this Velstrax? Does it look like fresh wounds on it?
No, it is draped in rusted chains, but for now it is kind of like slouched in like a half crouch, half leaned against the wall, half sitting kind of position. That's 3 halves, by the way, and sort of not really paying attention. It seems to just be like, kind of like one shoulder at like a part of its back facing you, not really looking.
Good, it's cornered. That's when animals are safest.
High nature.
So my initial thought going
one.
into this room is because we couldn't see the whip initially, maybe something else grabbed it and then beat this Velstrax with it.
Mm-hmm.
But if it doesn't look like it's covered in wounds, then she'll let Krucka go.
Yeah, just a slight caress of his chest and where he's gone.
with a delicate slip off his blustering pecs.
Ooh.
Blustering's not the right word.
Windy.
Rippling.
Never seen such windy pecs.
Anyways, he strides into the room, looks for the whip.
Yeah.
Pecs rippling in the breeze.
God, that gets me. You step in, and it really just appears as you left it, minus the whip in that spot. You don't see it anywhere. It would be pretty easy to miss among everything, save for possibly its bit of a shininess to its tip, but you don't see anything standing out.
It's also magical.
True.
Tulok, avoiding notice, walks into the room behind Krucka and detects magic.
Detecting magic. How far can you detect magic these days?
30.
A billion miles?
Dog.
Okay. Yeah, you don't detect anything from where you're standing.
Izori will also take the avoid notice action.
As soon as he can, I'd like to go north towards the unopened doors, just kind of skirting along the wall. 5 feet at a time.
And yeah, you move along the wall, and you do so without any attention brought your way.
Well, he kind of likes attention, but okay. He'll get to the door and take a listen.
Not a sound.
Probably motioning over to Tulok to maybe detect magic, since he was also going to throw out some orders.
Tulok is gonna look down into the into this little cage hole in the middle of the room.
That's a cage hole.
You may be looking for the word great.
It's okay at best.
Cage hole. Nick cage hole.
Shut up. You peek down beneath this grate in the middle of the floor, and you can see that it's basically, there's a lot of traces of rust and grime underneath, and it basically just leads down into a pit that's about 25 feet deep.
Okay, Tulok follows Krucka and detects magic.
Okay. You detect nothing?
Krucka, should we move or should we attack?
I'd prefer not to leave an enemy at our back. He's just going to crack the door.
Okay. You crack the door and find yourself facing a 10-foot wide hallway. So you get double doors in front of you, and it leads what appears to be quite a large hallway stretching left to right, west east.
So Krucka will look back at them. We still haven't found the whip.
The Velstrak probably has it. It seemed to want it from Gilda, and it came from the other Velstrak above. Tulok walks slightly towards the Velstrak, edging his way around the cage hole.
Okay. As you get a bit closer, especially towards the sort of threshold out of like this octagonal room that leads to like the alcoves, you can sense a little shift from its posture, but it still doesn't look at you.
Tulok takes one final 5-foot step.
You step into the threshold, and its head just jerks straight towards you. Feral and manic in its eyes. It stays in its position, but you can see it tense up.
Tulok detects magic.
You're within your 30 feet, are you, you cheeky
That's
bastard?
fucking right, I am, Barn.
Yeah, you detect it.
And he turns back to his companions and says, "She has the whip."
Okay, Kirk is getting a sudden charge.
Oh, shit.
Oh, what?
Dude, this party's gonna be so much different now that fucking Gilda's gone. Murderhobos.com. That's on the internet forever, baby. Let's go.
Someone put a secret button on the website for murderhobos.com. Okay. So we're roll for initiative. Is that Is that what's happening?
Yeah, that's
okay,
right.
you're going for the murder. Oh boy, I'm so glad I prepped looking at a Velstrak. Not. Here
What
we
the hell
go.
do you think we were gonna do?
Want that
I
whip,
had no
baby?
idea of like 3 levels worth of prepping at all times, my friend. All right, here we go. Let's get some initiative, shall we? Who's up first? Krakow, what do you got?
Big Hut, 16.
Okay. Izori?
Lucky 13.
That's what the witches call it. Tulok?
So as I was detecting magic, I would like to make the argument I can roll occultism for my
I'm here for it.
33.
Okay. As you hear, as you announce that this thing's got the whip, and you hear Krukka's boots shift on the stone to get ready to charge, what do you do, Tulok? The chains around you begin to lightly rattle.
Tulok turns to this creature and says, "You there, you feral beast. You've lived long enough in here, suffering, losing your mind. Today we put you out of your misery." And is going to attempt to intimidate. It's a 22 against your will DC.
22 against my will DC. That is a fail.
Shit.
It's very
Wait, you
close.
failed?
But it's a fail. No, you failed.
I failed. Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah. I didn't roll, so I couldn't have failed.
Almost got him on a technicality.
That makes a lot more sense. Okay, fine. And Tulok will cast telekinetic projectile at this motherfucker. Yikes. Natty 2 on the die for a 17.
That is a miss.
And that is my turn, folks.
Okay, roll me a
I
will
have a
save,
feeling I'm
please.
gonna get hit.
Roll me a will save as the unnerving gaze of this thing is upon you, which is a 30-foot aura.
21.
21 is a fail. You are frightened too at this approach to this creature. And next up is the Velstrak.
Yeah. Fucking awesome.
Yeah. And suddenly a chain from one of the sides whips out and strikes at you for a 24 to hit.
That's a hit.
Okay, that is going to be 19 piercing damage, and you are now bleeding for 1d6. And I need a fortitude save, please.
25.
You're okay for now. And a second chain is going to launch out at you for a 23 to hit.
Also hits.
With the frightened condition, baby. It's going to be another 19 piercing. I need you to roll me another will save.
27.
Okay, you're good, because it focuses its gaze on you. But you seem to be... its full effect so far has hit you. Krucka, what do you do?
Well, feeling a little bit bad because he just initiated this whole thing and Tulak got messed up for it. So he's going to fly into a rage and take a run at this Velstrax. So, sudden charge. Actually, he's going to sudden charge. Yeah, he's going to sudden charge right up to it.
Okay, sudden charge right up to its nitty-gritty.
And take a swing with the Butchering Axe.
Classic.
33 to hit.
That'll hit.
20 damage. Is 12 slashing, 8 fire.
Okay. Cool.
And that's a turn. And suck it.
I like
burn.
that, though. That's fucking nice.
Yeah, not good bad start.
Is that it? Sudden charge?
I flew into rage first.
Oh, flew into rage. Thank you. Izori.
Zori's first action.
Oh, sorry.
will be-
Actually, hold up. Sorry. Roll me a will save there, Krucka. As its gaze is cast upon you as well.
18. He's gonna hero point that. 13.
That's much worse.
Yeah.
That is much worse.
Loving that.
That's in fact a critical failure. So you are frightened 3. Zori, you're up.
Zori's first action will be to stride 25 feet, her whole complement, so she is standing next to Tulak. And with her next 2 actions and her free hand, this ball of darkness forms in her palm and then just sinks back in and moves comes out of the ground near this Velstrax as she casts one of her hexes called Malicious Shadow.
Ooh. Oh boy.
So the Velstrax Shadow essentially comes alive and starts to punch her.
Nice.
Oh, what? My own shadow comes alive?
Yep.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. So yeah, I get 1 attack per round, I believe, with the shadow. I'm trying to skim it, but this is a lot of text.
Yeah. Yeah, you cast it.
Yeah, okay.
Each time you cast a sustain spell, you make a strike. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a 21 to hit.
That is a miss.
Okay, that's his Zori.
Okay. And I guess it looks like you can sustain that multiple times around. Just keep hitting if you want, following the multiple attack penalty rules. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty
And
cool.
I get a free sustain per round if I want it.
Oh, witches are cool. I don't care what anyone says. Tulak, what do you got? Oh, sorry, Zori. Will save.
26.
That'll do. You are not perturbed by this creature for now.
Goddamn right she's not.
Tulak, what do you got?
Tulak will raise his hands and, uttering an incantation, he will raise up a skeletal champion.
Okay. Okay, good call. You are going to cast... What level are you casting this at?
It's a level 2 creature. I'm casting it at level 3
Okay.
for the listeners.
All right, so you get all your components ready, and you just start casting. So you're like, "Fuck this shit," and you start to conjure up, or this skeletal chimney starts to like climb out of the chains and whatnot. And one of the chains whips out from near you with an attack of opportunity.
Shit.
Oh shit!
And that's gonna be it's only a 21 to hit.
Miss. Suck it, bar.
Nice. AOs are super dangerous for us.
Okay, and that is your 3 actions. Skeletal Champion can act.
Yes, and the skeletal champion will strike out with his longsword for a 21 to hit.
That's a miss.
And fuck it, one more time. Map -5. 13 to hit.
No dice.
Sick, dog. That's my turn.
Okay. You take 4 bleed damage. Roll me a recovery check, please.
Put it in a 10.
That's a fail.
You know what? I'm rolling it. I'm using a hero point.
Okay. On the flat check.
Well,
Interesting.
1d6.
Well, could be a lot more if he lets it ride.
I only have 27 hit points left, so I am 100% comfortable doing that. That's a 4. Critical failure.
Too bad that doesn't double the damage. Okay, and that is going to be your turn.
That's it.
I always forget how auras work. But
FML,
you
as the
should,
kids say.
you should tick down on Frightened here, but you did end your turn in the aura again, so roll me another will save.
Oh, God. I'm using another hero point.
Oh, no.
No, I'm not.
Spend
No, I'm
them
not.
all. No? Okay.
It's a critical failure, but I don't think I'm going to take damage, so I'll take it.
No, you're not. You would have ticked down to Frightened 1, but now you're just going to jump right back up to Frightened 3. As the unnerving gaze of this creature continues to focus on you and your teammates. And let's see. We're going to get some chain strikes here again. Let's roll with... I'm gonna roll to see who I hit. Why not? There you go. We got four targets. Krucka, you're going to be a victim of the first strike with a 30 to hit.
That hits.
That's going to be 21 piercing, and you now are also bleeding.
Okay.
That wasn't a crit, though, was it, with your Frightened 3? Actually, you should be...
No.
Okay, yeah. And let's see here. We'll roll for another strike. That's going to be... I'm afraid it's going to be Tulak again for a 22 to hit.
22 to hit
Yeah.
is a hit.
Okay. It's 18 piercing.
Okay.
Can I get a fortitude save from both of you, please, before I forget again?
I'll take that. 24.
Okay.
I don't like the way you said okay there. Fine.
24 from Krucka. Tulak.
22 from 2.
Krucka, you're good. Tulak, I'm afraid you have contracted something. Evan, maybe we'll get to it later. And this creature is going to focus its gaze again, but this time on Krucka, who is right up in its goodies. So I need another will save, please.
12.
Oh, you're rolling bad. You're rolling bad. You are now... This creature, while you are frightened, is concealed to you. Meaning you need to roll a flat check, DC 5 flat check, anytime you want to try and strike it. And this is where it begins to stand up, and it looks like whatever damage you've done to it, Krucka, starts to repair.
Oh, this is bad.
This is not good. This is not good. Krucka, it's your turn.
First action, he will change his grip on the butchering axe and attempt a trip.
Attempt to trip. Okay. That's athletics versus my, I believe, reflex
Yeah.
for that one.
21.
No, not gonna do it.
Okay. Second action, he's going to activate the jaw attack of his wolf jaw armor.
Oh, okay.
So his jaw's unnerved attack will be 1d8 piercing plus 1 cold damage.
Sick. So, like, the sleeve comes down and it becomes this wolf jaw over your hand. I love it. It's so anime. It's stupid.
Love it. Yeah. I'm thinking, like, you know the rug they had in the Addams Family of the polar bear that was always, like, grabbing people?
Yeah.
That kind of vibe. So 9 damage, 8 piercing, 1 cold.
Okay, it looks as though the cold does not affect it whatsoever.
Okay.
Just the piercing.
And he's going to step to the
Oh wait,
east.
sorry. Did you actually strike? You had to strike.
Oh, it's an unarmed strike, right?
Yeah, I don't. Does the activation include a strike? I genuinely don't know.
One action to interact. You gain a Jaws unarmed attack. Yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah. So you have to roll an unarmed attack for that.
With a map -5.
That's right.
Yeah, that's bad. Map -4, sorry. Oh my god, 11.
Okay, so you didn't do any of that damage. You don't know that it's immune to cold.
Nope.
Or at least resistant to it. And that takes up all your actions.
Well, yeah, if I do the step away.
No, if you tried to trip, 1 to activate, 1 to strike.
Oh.
Trip is 1, activate is 1, attack again, unarmed strike is 1.
Well, that sucks.
Yep.
Okay.
It's not included in the activate. Looking rough.
Yeah, he's probably gonna die.
Izori, can you save the situation? I didn't think this was gonna go that bad.
No, me neither.
Wow.
It's fucked.
Izori, with her first 2 actions, is going to do this weird flourish with her rapier and just snap it down as this like shimmering dark blue bolt shoots out of it, and she casts Enervation at the Bellstrix.
Okay.
So I'm blowing a 4th level spell here because you guys are both apparently not doing well. So I require a Fortitude save from you, please, Freeman.
Fortitude save. Okay. It's my best save.
Every living creature in a line.
34.
Okay, 34 is a success, so you are only going to take 2d8 persistent negative damage.
All right. Persistent it is. Very nice. And this bypasses the skeleton champion, you said, right? Because it's not a living creature?
Yeah, because it's not living. Yeah.
Cool.
So her last action, she'll sustain the shadow. That is a 19 to hit, which I'm assuming is a miss.
That is a miss, yes.
Yeah, that's Izori.
Okay. Tulok.
Okay, Tulok will step back 10 feet. Will touch himself with the healer's gloves for 15 points.
Cool. Sorry, Izori, will save, please. At the end of your turn.
Thought we were done.
Or is it
that is a critical fail, so I'm gonna pop a hero point like we do. Sorry. Will save is what you said?
It's a will save, yeah.
That's a 22.
That's a normal fail, so you are frightened 2 now.
Okay, let me make sure she's actually frightened too, but yes.
Okay. Cool. Continue, Tulok. You step away. You healer's gloves.
Sustain the spell. And then Skeletal Champion will strike out with Longsword. 20 to hit.
Nope.
Motherfucker. And will raise shield.
Okay. We'll raise shield.
No. We'll strike out again.
Okay.
Never mind. 16 to hit. Womp womp. Also, I've been
bad
fucking
news,
up because I
bears.
forgot that Skeletal Champion had attack of opportunity this whole time.
Fair, but I don't think it's used anything that would trigger it.
Good. Okay. I will pay more attention from now on.
Yeah. Because it hasn't moved, it hasn't used any range attacks, it hasn't used any spells. It's effectively using a thing called Animate Chains, so it can use its strike attacks wherever there was a chain whenever someone's within 20 feet of a chain, kind of thing. They just animate and act as if they are a part of this creature. It's pretty gnarly. You're kind of in its domain, which is a mistake in a way. Okay. Tulok, roll me a recovery check. You take 6 points of bleed.
7.
Fail. The Velstrak is going to... It's just like, at this point, it's just like hissing. Just like... and just kind of like flailing around. You can see the rusted chains like rattling all over its body. And Krucka, you catch a glimpse of the whip now, like at its feet on the ground, as if it had been holding it and cradling it, and it just dropped it to like engage you. And it's gonna start striking out again. I have 3 people in range here, I think. So let's see who we're gonna attack. First one's gonna go at the Skeletal Champion. That's probably for the best.
Nice.
32 to hit.
Oh, big time. That's a crit.
Crit. 36 points of damage.
Oh, yeah, it's dead.
It crumbles. Second strike is going to go at Izori for 31 to hit.
That's a hit.
And that's going to be
dip.
That's going to be 12 piercing, and you're now bleeding as well. And then this creature is going to focus its gaze on you, Izori. I need another will save.
24.
And that is a success. So you're good for now.
Just to make sure, is this a mental effect to directly control my actions?
Directly control? No.
Okay.
It is a mental effect, but does not directly control you. It's more of a distraction kind of thing at this point. If you're frightened, you can become so distracted if it focuses its gaze on you that you can't focus on it. You can't focus back.
Okay, cool.
So I'm going to take 10 negative damage and roll a flat check here for recovery, and I succeed with a 19. And Krucka, you are up.
Barely. Actually, no, he's got plenty of health and wants to reach for that whip at its feet.
Okay. All right. You're just going to reach down and grab it?
Yeah, he's got a free hand.
Okay, that's going to be I'm pretty sure that's a manipulate action, so you're going to get an attack of opportunity here. Which is a 32 to hit.
That is a crit.
It's a crit, okay. So you're going to take 36 damage.
Okay.
And your bleed is going to be replaced with critical bleed for when you start to bleed out, which is going to be 1d6 times 2. And you grab the whip. It's in your hand. Well, actually, let me just double check something real quick, because you took a hand free and then you activated your Wolfjaw armor. Does that make you unable to grab something? It doesn't say so. So I think you could just grab it.
It has the trip and
sort of
unarmed
jaws.
traits, so...
Yeah. But it doesn't say anything about like not being able to manipulate or hold items. So I think you're all right.
Cool. And to note...
Right, so that's one action and one AOO, and you have the whip in your hand?
Yep. Is there a reach on that whip?
There sure is. Actually, yeah, I should probably put it in your inventory here.
I'd appreciate it, thanks.
It's 10 feet, and I believe the unarmed trait actually makes it so we can interact with weapons and stuff.
Yeah, it's just like the sleeve like goes over his hand, so it's kind of like on the fence about it. But there's nothing to say one way or the other, so I guess it's good to go.
Right, but the unarmed trait specifically doesn't take up a hand.
Yeah, I'm sure you're right.
Okay, cool. So he'd like to take a step to the east and hit it with the whip.
And then crack the whip, so to speak.
32 to hit.
32 hits.
15 damage, 8 of which are fire, 7.
I love how you pick up this whip and it just like gets wreathed in flames. You're just like, "Quack-ah!"
Yeah, weirdly,
this,
he
what
says
is
his
this,
name like an onomatopoeia every time.
I didn't even mean that. What is this, a big top show? This is ridiculous. All right, big ol' hit, and this creature recoils at the strike. And I'm going to give it the frightened one condition.
Are you sure?
Yes. Yes, I'm sure. Why do you ask?
Because as long as I'm within 30 feet and it can see me, it doesn't auto-tick down due to my dread.
Well, that's... Thanks for burying the lead on that. Okay, Kruka, that's your turn.
And my frighten does tick down. And I probably take
Yes,
bleed
it does.
damage.
You also take 10 bleed, and I need a recovery check.
9, that's a fail.
That's a fail. Okay. However, now I do need another will save for ending your turn. You were temporarily immune for a bit there.
21.
Let me just double check I'm ruling that correctly. Yeah. 21 is a fail, which is going to put you back up to frightened 2.
Oh, I've got varying degrees of heebie-jeebies.
Just keeps up and down, up and down, up and down. Zori, what kind of damage can you do now?
That's an interesting question. So I think the first thing she's gonna do is she holds up that empty palm again, and these pointed needles just like puncture out of her skin, so they're just floating in her palm, and then they fly over at the Velstrax and absorb into their skin. And Izori just whispers, "Kruka," as she casts Needle of Vengeance. So that is a will save, please.
Ooh, I like
She
the
just
sound
says-
of this.
Kruka! Kruka's thoroughly wigging out. Will save. That's going to be a 25.
Okay, a 25 is a success, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. That's it?
Yeah, it's a basic will save. So, savers suck, unfortunately.
No, it's basic will.
Yeah.
It's a basic will save, so that means if it's a success, then it's half damage.
Oh, okay. So anytime she attacks Kruga, she's going to take 1 mental damage then.
You sure it's 1 with heightened?
Nope.
Okay.
4.
Okay. That's very different than 1.
4 times.
That is very different than 1.
Okay, so anytime it attacks Kruka, amazing. That's all right. That's a different kind of persistent. All right, that is you. You take 6 bleed.
No, that is 1 action of
Oh, sorry.
my
That's
4
my bad.
actions.
That's my bad. Rolling back. You cast a spell. I assumed it was 2. You probably moved. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. No, I did none of those things. Next, she's going to sustain the shadow, so the shadow will attack with a 24 to hit.
That is a miss.
Okay. Next action, she's going to cast... actually, this will be her final action. She's going to cast Nudge Fate. So this is her patron cantrip. So it is a, if needed, it's a 23 DC will. So the way this works is once during the duration, which is sustainable, anytime a +1 would change a critical failure into a failure into a success, anytime it would take it up 1 step, this spell punches in and just elevates it to the next step.
Oh.
It says retroactively too. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's so good. So I have to roll a will save.
No, I don't think you do. I don't understand what the will save is actually there for.
So you reach slightly into the future and give a tiny push to achieve the result. Once during the duration. Oh,
Yeah, so this is sustainable up to 1 minute.
it's sustainable. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, this is a strange spell. I like it. I dig it. But how does it work? So sustained up to 1 minute, which costs you an action to continue sustaining. It targets one creature. Once during the duration, when the target fails an attack roll. Okay, so this already needs to be cast on something. Beforehand, it looks like, and then it can retroactively apply. So it's like before and after at the same time, as far as I can tell.
Okay, then she'll cast it on Kruka.
Okay, yeah. So once during the duration, when the target fails an attack roll, skill check, or saving throw, and a +1 stat bonus would increase the success, then it retroactively does, changing the outcome appropriately. The spell then ends. Okay, yeah. So you can't apply it retroactively to what you just did. It's kind of like guidance in a way.
Yeah, except
Think
it
of it
lasts
that
for
way.
a full minute until we need it, as opposed to just 1 round.
to just 1 round. But you have to sustain it, that which costs you actions.
That's fine.
That's fine.
All right,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But that's still really
yeah.
cool. It's still really cool. And I guess
that'll be
at the
your third
DC,
and final action.
What I'm with you though. I'm not sure where the will save comes in. So let's just.
So there's it's not listed in the spell itself. Like it has a saving throw, but I think that's just because all spells have a saving throw. Like in case you don't want it for whatever reason, like to resist.
Right, yeah,
the
if you're
spell.
doing it to an unwilling creature kind of thing, I guess it's just kind of auto-plugging that in there.
Or like
yeah.
if maybe Krugga wants to crit fail for because it gives him a boost to some shit or something.
Yeah. It is listed in the actual, if you go on the Archives of Nethys, there is a will save listed for will in the actual spell stat log.
Yeah,
So-
that's what I'm looking at. But it doesn't actually say when it needs a will save, so I think that might just be because all spells have an associated either saving throw or attack throw.
Right, yeah.
But it's probably
yeah.
just to resist. Like I think even like Enlarge has at least in 1E Enlarge has a save attached to
Right,
it, and that's
yeah.
because if you don't want to be enlarged, you can just
You could consider this one of those things where it's just covering their tracks because of really obscure builds like Superstitious Barbarians. Where they don't want magic cast to them, but you could do it to them unwillingly, and they can resist it and sit and maintain their anathema. I think. Anyway, we're learning about the witch, listeners. Fun. It's cast on on Krugga. That's your turn.
Yeah, that's it. Needle, sustain, nudge.
Perfect. 2 luck.
So I need to take bleed damage. And
Oh yeah,
do a
bleed
save,
damage,
is that
please. That's going to be. Since I backed up in the order, I kind of screwed up in Foundry here, but it was 6 persistent. And roll me a flat check, please.
Right? That's 5 on the persistent. So
Okay.
it keeps going.
That's a fail. Yeah. Okay. All right, Tulok, you're up.
Tulok will grab the die, Volok's die,
Let's go.
and just
Oh
fucking
no.
hurl it. Damn, it's gonna land right next to Krugga. What if it attacks Krugga?
Well, it's literally a gamble. You roll the die.
Tulok chucks it. Whatever. Fuck it. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, chuck it. Okay. You chuck the die, and you can roll up to 30 feet. You want it to land where? Right in. You can roll it right up into front of this. Right in front
You know
of the
what?
Velstrike.
No. Tulok will step first,
Okay.
so it lands right in front of the Velstrike.
Okay. Step 2 action. Roll. Roll me a d10.
Okay, I've got a actual die here just for fun.
Okay. Here we
And
go.
it's actually haunted.
It's a 2.
It's a 2. Okay. So
Is that the
you
broken
roll
one?
this thing. It just it rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls, and it just like randomly lands on the green side up, and this big burst of green shoots out of the die, and what appears right in front of the Velstrak is a Scalathrax.
Ooh.
And immediately it just like it begins to like shake, and suddenly all of the weapons in your party gain Scalathrax venom on their attacks,
Nice.
Interesting.
which will involve a poison saving throw should they strike the Velstrak, and this will be in effect for 3 rounds. And I'm going to reveal that on the item for you, if I can, here real quick, to make sure you can look back at that later on.
And there is like a physical creature in the room now?
There appears to be an actual Scalathrax right in front of you. I think you should be able to see.
Didn't we ruin a couple of these with Carmen?
You did, yeah. And this
Yeah.
is the big creature that attacked at the graveyard.
So this one's substantially smaller.
Nope.
Okay, so that's
yeah.
my turn. So hit me with my bleed.
Oh yeah. Okay. Bleed a clock.
I haven't rolled over.
Did you not heal yourself?
Yeah, does that heal persistent?
I thought it did.
I was actually trying to look it up in the background here, but I didn't see anything about it.
No, not necessarily. You could do an administer first aid to like drop it
But it's-
down to get
but
rid of
it
it, or you
was-
can do
Magic.
healer's gloves.
So,
I don't think magic healing has a particular effect on it. I think you have to be healed to full in order for it to.
So it's the
dissipate.
same as wounded, basically.
In a way,
to get-
yeah.
No, wounded requires treat wounds, whereas which is a 10-minute action, whereas administer first aid I think is just a single action.
Oh, okay. And,
Well, wounded
or
is
healed to
also healed to full and rest for 10 minutes, but it's both requires 10 minutes. But yeah, you're
Okay.
not in so much luck.
So, give me my bleed.
No
one makes me bleed my own blood.
Many people have.
Shut up.
6 bleed. Roll me a flat check. I feel like I also need a bunch of retroactive will saves because I keep forgetting about auras because I fucking hate them. They're like the worst thing in the world.
Flat check is a 7, baby.
Oh man, no dice.
2-lock might just die. You know what? I'm just gonna roll that again. Hero point. Another one.
Okay.
'Cause I don't want to die on a fucking flat check. 3. Perfect. Sick, dude. I haven't rolled over 15 in like fucking ever.
Killing it.
You guys are
Anyways.
rolling real bad for this. It's actually astonishing.
I might have to dip. I got 12 hit points.
Yeah, I'm thinking of calling a retreat. We got the old whip in hand.
This is not looking good.
2-lock's just like, retreat to the north.
Shit. Okay. We're back to the. So I mean, this creature is just going to keep lashing out. Yeah. Give me. Hold on. I think 2-lock, you're actually okay on the aura. I kind of missed
right.
the other one, so I'm just going to hand wave it because I hate them so much. And you're already so scared. Even Azori, I'm not sure if you had something to reduce that or not, but I think you were going to get back to me. But for now, it's going to be
I don't.
some random strikes. Let's see here. First one is going to be at the Scalathrax, actually. And this chain shoots up from the wall, and it just goes right through it. Wasted. Next strike is going to be at Izori, and that's going to be 23 to hit.
Meet to beat.
Okay, frightened condition. That's 18 piercing. Bleeding persists. And we'll get a focus gaze on Izori as well. So give me another will save, please.
17.
Okay, this creature is concealed to you so long as you are frightened.
Okay.
It is, yeah, I think we might have missed it on Kraka's turn, but I'm pretty sure it's still concealed to Kraka
Yeah,
as
it
well.
is. We did miss that.
Yeah. So that is going to be a sweet 2 bleed damage. Oh no, what am I doing? I'm doing the wrong order of operations here. Kraka, it's your turn.
Kraka will bravely run away.
Yeah, buddy.
Sorry.
Yeah, this turn-
was it
this
was
went-
it
this went
AOO
south.
for everywhere in this, or just right next to that? I can't remember.
You're not sure.
Okay, well, I guess if he's got that far to run, anyways, he's just gonna stride 25 feet right next to.
Okay, yeah. It sure enough is going to be an AOO, so 28 to hit.
That hits.
That's 22
He is
piercing damage.
still alive.
Okay. And that's one quick stride out. What else you got?
Second action.
And just for the record, this thing has been consistently regenerating. You could see it when you're up close, Kaka. It's just wounds are just like coming back. No big deal.
Yeah, we needed to get it out of this stupid fucking hallway, and it's just, yeah.
Seeing 2-lock in the state that he's in, he is going to draw and administer a Nyctiosis mutagen.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
So for benefit for 1 minute, gain fast healing 2, and automatically succeed flat checks for persistent bleed. But
Nice.
Oh, yeah, baby.
yeah, -2 penalty to
Clutch.
reflex saves for 1 minute.
Amazing. All right. Consume one of those. And that'll be the end of your turn.
Yes, sir.
And you lose the bleed, which is
No,
super
I gave it
clutch
to
right now.
Tulak, so my bleed should still be there.
Oh, you gave it to Tulak?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I've got a lot more HP.
It's
Oh, sorry,
gonna
that's
be
my bad.
bleed.
All right, let me just reapply that then.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome. Bleed. There we go. Save. Wonderful. Okay. So you are administering a Tulak. That's great. So you take 6 bleed damage. You can roll me a recovery check.
4.
No. And Azori, you're up.
Is there still light around this Velstrix?
I guess that depends on how much light is emanating off you.
Same as before. I still have a compass.
So it would be, I think it's 20 bright and then an additional 20 dim.
Okay, so there's still light. Okay. First action, she will sustain the malicious shadow. That's a 29 to hit.
That is a hit.
That'll be 7 points of some sort of damage.
Okay.
And it's in bright light from me, by the way.
Yep.
Let's go with slashing.
Okay.
Apparently,
Sure.
So keep me honest about this, but I'm supposed to choose the type of damage when I cast the spell, bludgeoning,
Oh, okay.
piercing, slashing.
Okay, gotcha.
Next action.
And isn't it concealed?
Yeah, so this is a sustain of a spell that's already in effect. So it's her shadow punching her, not Izori. So the concealment shouldn't affect.
Right.
I'm prepared to be corrected on that if the GM wants to roll in a different way, but that is not how the spell reads at all.
That is a very good question. I guess given you're doing an attack roll, I would say yes.
Okay.
I'm so glad I prepared
And
this
then-
creature not.
That's just a D20 flat
Still
check for
fucked us
concealment.
up.
Still fucked you up and have no idea how to play this thing. It's just a flat DC 5 flat check.
Okay, 15, so it's a hit.
Okay, you good.
I would argue that, but now isn't the time because we're retreating.
I mean, it's the same. It's nearly the same argument as like, does telekinetic projectile get the lesser cover, even though it's not coming from Tulak's direction? You know, like an arrow would. And I ruled that no, it's your obscured vision. You're trying to command it to go a certain direction to hit a certain creature that you can't quite see.
In any other circumstance, I would agree with you, but this is her own shadow hitting her. It's literally
attached to
attached
Yeah,
to her.
that's fair. That's fair.
That's
Yeah.
the only reason I would
It's a
argue.
reasonable
this.
argument. Yeah.
Yeah. So Izori, with her second action, is going to peel, incurring if that's a thing that happens.
Already used the reaction, so you're good for now.
Okay. And with her, she doesn't have a whole lot of one action shit.
For a caster, I think you get more than most, but it's not always. Yeah, it's not always perfect. Also, I think I did hit Kruka, so I think I should take that 4 mental damage, right? Yeah, attack of opportunity hit.
Yeah. Okay, so with her last action, she's just going to sustain the Needle of Vengeance. No,
Okay.
she'll sustain the Nudge Fate.
Okay.
No, the Needle of Vengeance. Fuck it, the Needle of Vengeance. Sorry, I'm
you cast-
waffling here.
3 sustain spells in this combat.
Yeah, all my hex spells are sustained.
That's so gnarly. I love it. All right, you take 6 bleed. Roll me a flat check.
7.
Oh my gosh.
Rough. This is rough. Tulak, what do you got?
Yeah, Tulok originally was thinking about going north, but then there's nowhere that they're going to be able to safely heal. So Tulok is just going to lead the retreat. Follow me! Follow me! And he is going to just peel out 2 strides into the other room and wait for them there.
Okay.
To the eastern
You-
room.
Going back to the
I'm so fucking frustrated right now.
the foot of the lighthouse.
Oh, I'm just glad we all get to hang out.
Well, that makes one of us. Duncan. I want to hang out and dominate.
Okay, so you peel. That's what you're gonna do for your turn.
Yeah.
Okay, so you peel, and you take 2 persistent bleed. Roll me a recovery.
I automatically.
Oh, you automatically succeed. Nice, because of the mutagen.
And you get fast healing,
And,
so you'd get that 2 back anyways.
Bang, bang.
So you did drink it. You had to drink. Oh no, you had to administer it. So at the start of your turn, you would have got that fast healing as well, in case that counts. And then the Scalathrax is now going to launch its toxic oil at the Velstrak.
Fuck him up, Scalathrax.
And what do I need to do here? I need to roll a reflex save, and it is against your caster DC because you cast the die.
Oh shit, dog.
Still rolled really good though. 34 against your spell DC.
Yeah, that'll pass.
Success or critical success? Okay, so this toxic oil sprays in what would be a 15-foot cone, and there is 1d8 poison damage applied to the Velstrak, and then the Scalathrax just simply disappears and gets absorbed back into the die, which you've left at the foot of the Velstrak, and the Velstrak goes a step forward as this thing disappears in like a big hissing fit, and is looking around at all of you and sees you all sort of making your retreat and recoils and retreats back into its little alcove, just hissing and kind of growling in like a feral animal. And I mean, I feel like that's what we're gonna call it. We gotta figure out this bleed though. We gotta figure out this bleed. You want to figure out the bleed first?
No.
Yeah, we might as well do the bleed.
Okay, this is gonna be a great ending to a radio show. Go, Kraka. It's your turn. Do you want to administer first aid on yourself?
You know I do, buddy.
Roll a medicine check.
No, I'm gonna roll a
believe
nature.
against
Suck it. 25.
nature check. I believe against the DC of the effect, which is an attack roll. So I don't know what the DC of that effect would be.
No,
That's a sticky
stop bleeding
situation.
just gives them the opportunity to make another flat check to remove the.
Oh, okay. You get to make an immediate flat check. Go for that. Go for gold.
Is that what I'm going for? Because it's 8.
Yeah, so you need to attempt a medicine check.
That was my nature for 25.
Okay. The DC is that of the effect that caused the bleed.
Right. That's the thing I don't know the DC of, which is a pain because came from an attack roll, not like a save. So we'll just call it a flat 15. Like treat wounds is. Just to save some time. So you rolled a 25, which is fine, which gives you a flat check, which you rolled.
Poorly. 8.
Okay. Oh no. Okay, so you are still bleeding. And that's a 2-action thing to do for Mr. First Aid, eh? But you do have one more action to spend if you want to sort of start running out of the room as you're trying to patch yourself up.
Oh, yeah. Not even gracefully.
Yeah. Okay. So you take 4 persistent bleed, but then you get another flat check at the end of your turn. So 4 bleed, flat check, please.
Oh, I like my checks like I like my pancakes. 6.
Oh, man.
That's stacked.
All right, Azori, you're up.
First action peel, then 2 actions medicine check to staunch the bleeding. That's an 18.
Yep. Okay. Flat check.
And that's a 14.
No. But it's the end of your turn, so second flat check. I hope we're rolling this right.
That's a 10.
Oh no, you lagged and rolled twice. You rolled an 18.
That was the first flat check.
Nope, first one was a 14.
Oh, I did roll twice. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's weird. Okay, cool.
Okay. Well, you take 4 damage, but your bleed is good. You're done. Tulok, you're up. Anything you want to do? These final
No.
moments.
I hold.
He stomps his feet in
I delay.
frustration. Okay. Krucka.
He misses Gilda silently.
I can't believe
I mean,
this
I
went
feel
down
like
this
that's a
way.
shot at me, but let's not forget who let him out of the tank.
No. That's no shot at you.
Okay, he's gonna try to stop
Good.
this.
I mean,
bleeding
I miss
again.
Gilda too.
19. Suck it, bang.
There you go. You're good. You're good. Flat check succeeded. No damage. You all recover from bleed, but you're all very much the worse for wear. And that's what we're gonna call it. Oh my god. Stemming the Tide is an actual play podcast of the Adventure Path Abomination Vaults and is produced by the Uncharted North Network. Stemming the Tide uses trademarks and/or copyrights owned by Paizo Inc., used under Paizo's community use policy. We are expressly prohibited from charging you to use or access this content. Stemming the Tide is not published, endorsed, or specifically approved by Paizo. For more information about Paizo Inc. and Paizo products, visit paizo.com. Music is composed by Will Savino and artwork by Greyhood. Stemming the Tide is recorded remotely using Foundry Virtual Tabletop. If you wish to connect with us or support this project and projects to come, we can be found at unchartednorth.ca, patreon.com/unchartednorth, and on all major social media platforms. Links to all credits can be found in the episode description and our website. Thanks for tuning in.